Hello, I'm Eli Stacy, product specialist here at NewTek. Today I want to be talking about scan converter and just generally capturing, a game stream using NDI. Yeah, I seem to be getting a lot of misinformation about how specifically you get your game into an NDI environment, either for esports or for personal streaming. So I just wanted to kind of get rid of some of that confusion. We first start off by getting the NDI tools package, which has scan converter as part of it. First thing we can do is run scan converter. As you see, there's nothing that pops up immediately here, and that's because it's actually configured down in this corner. So we have it right here. We can right click, and then this is where we do the configuration. So we have frame rate, for gaming pretty much at least 60p, but we can also use the monitor frame rate. So if your monitor goes to 120, 144, we can convert that to NDI. And that's really powerful because say you drop like one frame out of those 120 hertz, when converting that to 60p, it still looks very smooth. We also have a region of interest. So if we only want to capture, for instance, like this part of the screen, we can do that. So say you have sensitive information on the side, for your stream setup, you can cut that out. You have audio sources. So this top section is for the game capture, and you have the audio source from the system that's usually generated by the game, or we have a microphone. Which could be, obviously your actual microphone, or just silence if you don't want any video coming across there. Then down here we have webcam source. So we have the integrated webcam. I'm just using my gaming laptop to do this, but if you have a USB webcam or any other sort of webcam, you can use that. You can set the resolution and frame rate. Then you could also pair that audio source. So look, I have this microphone connected here. And that's really all you need to run on the gaming system. I'll bring something up here. It's very light on resources. When you're playing a game, they're already super heavy on CPU and GPU. And Scan Converter really helps out with that because it's very light, it's free, and it's already converting it to NDI, which is really great for an individual streamer. There's less hassle with setting it up and whatnot. All right, so let's go over to the actual production system that's running OBS and see how we can intake this NDI source. Okay, so now we're on the actual production machine, and just as an example, I'm going to be using OBS. There are a number of other, software-based platforms that we could be using, but let's just run OBS. So the first thing is you're gonna have to install the NDI plugin. You can do a Google search for this. This is third party, but because NDI is free for everyone to develop on, it's being regularly updated by someone in the community, and it's a very popular plugin if you don't have it already. So in here we have a scene and a source. So in this case, it's an NDI source. So let's configure that to be our game capture. So we can go over here. These are all the different systems that we have. And then this is the laptop. Again, this is my gaming laptop that I have. I'm going to pull this because I see that's the graphics card that I'm going to be using. And I should have it pop up any second now. And bandwidth highest, sync network. Pretty much just don't really have to do anything. It just kind of works. Press OK. And here we go. So we have the game capture right there. Because this game isn't in full screen, it has that bar at the top, but we could just, let's just get rid of that. Just for the sake of argument, if you're doing something in full screen, you obviously wouldn't have to do that. Okay, so now let's add something a little bit more. So as I said, we're also converting the webcam. So let's add a source, NDI source. This is a new source. You don't want to add an already existing source. And then we go here, laptop again, and then see integrated webcam. I can select that and press OK. And so see, now I'm here. the quality on this webcam's, you know, pretty awful because it's just a laptop. But, you know, I'm running one application on my gaming system, and I'm able to send, you know, both of these signals out at high quality already in NDI, and it's coming into OBS. You know, this is really quick, super easy, really efficient on the system. Then once you're in OBS, you know, you can do all the things that OBS does for streaming, graphic overlays, you know, chat interaction, stuff like that. So what I'm actually going to show you now is what you can do if you're using something like a TriCaster. You know, TriCaster, our production switcher, has a lot more capabilities as far as, you know, what you can do with sources, overlays, and stuff like that. So I'm just going to show you just a quick video, a quick segment on this, just explaining some of the differences and what you can do with that. Okay, so now we are in a TriCaster. This system I'm using a VMC, you know, but we could do this with anything like the Mini or TC1 or really any system. So this is a new session. Let's just kind of clean it up a little bit. Let's bring in input 1 and input 2. So these are going to be our two sources from the gaming system. So input 1, let's configure that, and let's select this source to be laptop again, then the graphics card. Cool, that's our source. Again, that's that NDI feed that we're able to bring. You know what? In this system, I'm going to set it to full screen. Let's just not have to deal with that thing at the top. There we go. Now in the second source, I'm going to configure that to be my webcam. Okay, so select the, sorry, no, that's the same source, webcam. And here I am. So now what we can do is go into an ME. Let's just create a pretty simple ME, you know, nothing crazy. Let's do just the two source. So we're going to go up here to default, and let's do a two source. Now let's layer them. Let's just 1 and 2. Actually, no, I want 2 above because that's going to be my webcam. And let's just bring this onto preview. So as you see, it's already layered up. It's not sized correctly, but it is already layered on top of each other. Let's change the position of this. So I'm going to kind of bring this down. Let's say here. You know, nothing crazy. Again, just like in OBS, we could have put a border around this. But what we can do here that's actually very powerful is we can use the comps feature. So with comps, I can have presets for, you know, different positions of, you know, various assets, like the video assets, and I can have them, you know, with, you know, automated graphics kind of shift positions. So let's just, I'll show you. So we'll have one, this is just how we have it now, but then say we want one that's just my face, you know, it's just me talking to the audience, for instance. You know, this is in between a game, in between rounds. You know, you might just want a time where you could just chat with your audience, because chat interaction, you know, is something that you'd be doing a lot. Cool, so we just changed it. We didn't do anything except, you know, already save the previous preset. We can create another one, and now if we switch between them, you can see that the size just automatically changes like that. Then we can also do, you know, one, let's say we want it to be kind of like this, but we want it to zoom into the center. So say like I'm, if this is a first-person shooter, I can like zoom in for a second. So let's go to this source, let's change its position, and let's just change the scale. It gets real up close. This is on preview, so this isn't the full resolution. If we go to program, you'll see that the quality instantly goes up. You know, that's part of the magic with NDI, with the TriCasters, is that we're able to do this low bandwidth, high bandwidth switch, so it's more efficient on your network. So as you see, I just zoomed in. Let's just make that another preset so I can go between them. So I'm zooming in, you know, someone's trying to go around the corner. I got him. Okay, and now I could go back to the regular view. This engages your audience. It adds production value for really like no effort. It's very easy to trigger. So, we can change the speed, for instance, like it's a tight moment. Okay, and oh, I lost. Hey, I'm talking to the audience now. I can't believe I lost that. That sort of thing. And we could just switch between any three of them. And as you see, we have 16 presets here. We have most of our systems only have 4 MEs. We can do that. We have 8 MEs in this one. So really, the possibilities of what you want to do are endless. Especially because we have so much power in the system, we can do things like this. That's pretty much it. Again, this is a pretty relatively simple tutorial, but I hope this gives a good idea about how to use Scan Converter to get your game capture into various systems, either OBS or with the TriCaster system. Thank you.